I hate the word restructuring. This is coming from Professor Wole Soyinka. According to the reports from the Punch, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka expressed his preference for terms like reconfiguration and decentralization over restructuring during the Punch newspaper's 50th anniversary lecture. He emphasized that, or the importance of leaders recognizing the necessity of decentralization and urged them to stop deceiving the nation. Soyinka highlighted the burden of security challenges across Nigeria, advocating for decentralization to address these issues effectively. He said, "What do you mean by restructuring?" Well, I don't even like the word restructuring. I prefer expression like reconfiguration and decentralization. Everybody can grasp that decentralization, and those who lead recognize the necessity of it. They recognize the importance, almost the inevitability of it until they get into power. Yes, that is the difference. It's about time. I think leaders stopped taking this nation for a ride. We must decentralize. Security, has become a burden to bear from all corners of the nation. That is the crime. Okay. Oh. The Westerners are the underground demons who kept the country in this mess because they never wanted the Igbo man to rule, forgetting it was the Igbo man that first confronted the colonialist unsafe government of Nigeria as a whole sovereign nation during the post-constitutional conferences of the colonial era. Why the Yorubas veered for Oduduwa Republic. Now, because of their great hatred for the Igbos, they formed a leather league with the Hausa Fulani to eradicate Igbos. Really? Okay. Oh. Decentralized restructuring through federalism are all one and the same grammar. Do it quickly or you allow every part go their ways. You can't even force people to be together, especially when one is feeling he has right to lord it over others. What is the absolute professor talking about? Was he not the one that joined his tribal and kinsmen to criticize and dethrone Goodluck Jonathan because he's an Easterner? Now he is suggesting solution to Nigeria's problem. That is the language of the Fulani Amajiri Kabas, and they use it during the late President Buhari regime to fool the masses, which they succeeded, but this time around it's revolution, and it will not come from the so-called NLC but the masses, from those who are going through hell in this evil Nigeria government. Okay. Yes, so old man professor is at it again. Talk, no action. These people are not even qualified to be telling us what to do on the issue of how to make Nigeria great again. They were the one controlling us since time immemorial, and things getting worse day in, day out. I do not even know what qualifies them to be advising us on what to do. I don't even blame them. The pressmen are the ones that are popularizing them. Majority of them are just misleading the common man. Let them go and sit down. Where were they before things get worse? Before things get to this level, what elder sees while sitting on the floor, the youth cannot see it. All those on Ashikpa, they see and sit now. They know feel correct. Someone say Soyinka needs rehabilitation. On Aburi we stand. The war is just beginning again. This time, weapons of war shall not be used or allowed. General Gowon threw Nigerians into the needless civil war. As a result of his illiteracy, Nigerians will peacefully go back to correct the mistake of Gowon. For once, my professor, you have spoken like a man who knows where the river is deep and shallow. Tinubu is your friend. Advice to take the bull by the horn and liberate Africa. Whether you are talking about a reconfiguration or decentralization, or all of them, we all know what it means. So we should not be going back and forth. During Buhari's time, before they now reluctantly asked El Rufai to chair the restructuring whatever committee, They say, oh, restructuring means different things to different people. We are restructuring every day. You know, those are the things that they do. But when it was time for election in 2019, because they needed it, and they now say, oh, I Rufai, go and do this. Where is the report to today? Someone is a words of wisdom from wisdom. What is the wisdom here? A biased man, he will not use restructuring because he's from Goodluck Jonathan. So Goodluck Jonathan, he was saying restructuring, but now he's not saying restructuring. He's not saying decentralization. All of them don't be the same thing. Yes, decentralization is the answer to Nigeria's security and economic challenge, but unfortunately, that was Ojuku's demand that led to the civil war. What has changed now? The prayer of every pregnant lady that has reached the 9th month plus period is to deliver safely a child that would resemble the parents. Okay, oh. So you have spoken very well as a novel writer and a more learned person that even the so-called number one man, please enlighten him more on how to place words. They think eye service that have that yes doesn't even see whatever. I don't know what this person is trying to say, but we're not sure whether centralization or decentralization or all the same. I don't know why some people, they will still be mischievous till they get to the old age. Mischievous. Say it is the way they are. They will be beating around the bush. Who does that? Everyone knows the truth. What is really happening? What are we brickling about? Tribalism has eaten deep into some people. How about we all can do better? On our English is now our mother tomorrow morning. Let us watch the game master. Let us watch the game master.